What's up, guys? So we got a little something different for you today. We're going to do a product review. We don't do a ton of that on this channel. We've done a handful of things, but we don't really do a lot. This is an item I received, God, a couple months ago from a company who reached out to me. They did send it to me, just so you guys are aware. I want to make that clear. But I told them I'll test it out, give my honest feedback, give you guys a review on it, good, bad, or indifferent. So I've had it for a couple months, and it has definitely come in handy, not only in the garage for different projects, which you'll see why, but also in my house. I've used it a couple times for home projects as well. So I'm going to give you a look. I'll show you all the features on it. If you want to pick one up, the link will be down below. And honestly, price-wise, it's really not that bad. And right now, as of the day making this video, they're 20% off on Amazon. So again, I'll put the link down below. Let me give you a look at what it is. We'll go over the features, and then you guys can decide if you want to pick one up. All right, guys, so what we have is a digital borescope by One Tigris. And I have to be honest, with all of the projects that we do on this channel, and even myself off of YouTube, I don't know why I've never owned one of these, because this has been awesome when it comes to running wiring and things like that. It can be used for just about anything. As you're going to see, it has a lot of different options on it. But with all the wiring I do, I don't know why I've never owned one of these. So I was happy to test this thing out. So let's take a look at it. That's the box it comes in. Again, I've been using it for a couple months. So this is what it looks like. This is just a charging cord that came with it. In the battery on this thing, first off, I'll say that the battery on this is pretty good. This isn't obviously something I use every day, but again, over the last couple months of owning it, I think I've only charged it 2, maybe 3 times, if that. I want to say twice. So the battery does last pretty well, but you just simply plug it in down bottom to charge it up. So battery's pretty good on it. It also does come with a 32 gigabyte card, which obviously I already have in it. You don't need to use the card. That's if you want to save pictures or video. I did pop the card in. It just goes down in that slot right there. And that's where the charging port is as well. So, all right, so let's turn this thing on and we'll give you a look at some of the features. Okay, to turn it on, power button right down here in the corner, just push and hold. And you'll see the screen come on. And then it's gonna go right into photo mode. That's just how it starts. Now, first off, on the screen, you can see there's a date and a timestamp down the bottom. You can turn that on and off if you want. I'll show you all the options and stuff. But you can see there's a little camera there to show you that you're in photo mode. LED 1, that means that the LED light is on, which I'll give you a better look, obviously, when I take the camera off of the back of it. But it'll tell you this is the LED button right here. So if you cycle, LED 2 gets a little brighter, LED 3 gets a little brighter, and then LED off. So that's how you cycle through the LED function on the camera. Okay, and then you can see it does show the memory card because we have the card in there, and then your battery indicator is up here in the corner. Now, let's unravel the camera. If we flip the thing around, you can see how the camera, it comes with this little holder on the back. So this is the camera itself. So to use it, you're just going to unravel it however long you want it. And speaking of length, God, I can't remember off the top of my head how long it is, but I'll put it on the screen. I'll double check and I'll put the length on the screen for you. So you can see, before I unwrap it any further, you can see this is the camera right here on the end. Now, it has a camera facing forward right there on the tip, but it also has a 90-degree camera. That has come in handy for sure. I find myself, when I'm doing my wiring and stuff, I use both options, to be honest, but that 90-degree, that comes in handy sometimes if you're in tight spaces and you need to look around a corner or something like that. That 90-degree camera has definitely come in handy. To switch between the 90-degree or the camera that's straight on, all you do is simply push the OK button. Okay, so that's how you're going to switch. You can see it now. I don't know, hopefully it's in frame, but the 90-degree camera is facing up to the ceiling, so you can see my garage lights on there. Push the OK button again, and it goes back to the camera that's straight on. Now, obviously, it's upside down, and I just have to twist the camera, but that's how you would switch back and forth. The LED lighting, I'll show you that real quick. So again, we're just going to push the light bulb, the LED lighting. You can see the LED lights come on. There's 2, there's 3, and then off. Same thing for the 90-degree camera. 1, 2, 3, and off. So the LED lights do work for either camera. All right, so that's the camera version. Now, when you're in the camera version, you could take snapshots. So the camera button right up here by my thumb, if you just push it, Hopefully you heard that. You can see it took a picture. Now, again, to take pictures or videos, you need to use that memory card. That picture that I took just stored in my memory card. To take a video, all you're going to do, same button, you're going to push and hold. And then you'll see, hopefully it's showing up in the top left corner. Hopefully you can see that red flashing dot. So then that's how you're going to record a video. Okay. Now, while you're recording, this was something I noticed. Again, I haven't really used the recording function much, but this is something I noticed. If you want to use or cycle through the LED lighting while you're recording, instead of using the flashlight button, you have to actually use the down button. Now, I don't understand why that is, but I just wanted to point that out. So again, it's recording right now, and if you can see the flashlight on the end, I'm pushing the down button. So I don't know, if that was just kind of like an oversight. It's no big deal, but just so you know, if you do happen to get one of these, don't think that the LED lights are broken or don't work in video. They do. You just have to use the down button to cycle through them. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and push the camera button, and that's how you stop recording. Same thing for the 90 degree. I'm not going to show you. It's the same exact process. If you wanted to record with the 90 degree camera, you're just going to go into the 90 degree, push and hold. It'll start recording. And then again, same thing for the lights. One of the other things you can do on here is you could also zoom. So that when you're right now we're in camera mode, but you can do it in camera or video. To zoom, just push the up button. So you can see, hopefully you can see, it says 1x up there at the top. You can go to 2x, 3x, and then back to your standard view. Okay, so you can zoom. Now, if you want to zoom in video mode, zoom first and then press record. You can't zoom while it's actually recording. But again, you could, if you go to, 2 times zoom in and then press record, it will record in 2x. All right, so just wanted to mention that as well. One other thing with the lighting button, if you notice, right back here, there's like a little light back here. So if you're in a really dark place, if you push and hold the light button, it actually has like a little flashlight. Now, it's not like crazy bright or anything, but it gives you just enough light if you're in the dark and you need to see something up close, that will turn on. Turn it off, just push and hold again. So if you want to view your files, photos, videos, or whatever, this play button right down here on the bottom right, if you push that, that's going to take you into your file. So all you're going to see in here is the videos and pictures that we just took, because again, I haven't really used this function all that much, but you can cycle through by pushing the up and down buttons. Or if you push OK, you'll get, or I'm sorry, if you push the menu button is this, the button with the 3 lines down here. If you push that, you'll be able to delete or protect the picture, to protect it from being deleted, and all that good stuff. So to get back to the actual camera, just push this button here, the play button again, and you'll see, whoops, there we go. And we're right back to the actual camera. One last feature I want to mention is, let's say you're in a tight spot or whatever and your camera is upside down, like it's just not facing the right way. If you push the down arrow, it'll flip the image 180 degrees. It'll flip it upside down. Okay, so something you might need to use if you have the camera in a tight spot or whatever and it rotated on you or whatever the case may be. If you push that down button, it'll flip the image upside down. So let's go into the options. I'll show you real quick what you have in here. So again, that's your menu button down here, the button with the 3 dots and 3 lines on it. So in here, you can change the resolution. It's at 1080 or 720. I usually use the 1080 because that's obviously the better picture. Record audio. So when you're recording a video clip, this actually has audio as well. So you can turn that on or off. If you don't want to record sound, you just go in and turn it off. Date stamp, again, that's where you would go in and turn the stamp on or off. If you don't want the date on the date and time on your screen, just go in here, turn it on or off. I like mine on, so I'm going to leave it on. You can set the date and time. Language, it does come with a few different languages. Format would basically be kind of like setting the memory card back to, it would pretty much erase everything on your memory card. So that's what that's for. Default setting, if you're having issues or whatever and you want to you know, kind of go back to a default. And then version, that's basically just your software. All right, so that's everything in the menu option there. All right, so it's very easy to set up. I went through, it took me about 2 minutes to set up the entire thing and all of my options. To get out of the menu button, or menu options, just push the menu button again. Whoops, there we go, sorry. So that's how you do get into the menu and get out of there, and now we're back to our camera. All right, so let's unwrap the whole camera because I want to give you a look. This piece back here that the camera actually wraps around slides off the back. So if you slide it out, you can see what the back of the thing looks like, but on the back side of the holder, the cable holder, it has a compartment, and this can be a little tough to open. Sometimes I'll actually just grab a little flathead screwdriver and pop it open, but there we go. Inside there is some accessories. So when you take these out, what you have is you get a little reset tool. It's kind of like what comes with like an iPhone. It's got a little tip at the end of it. So if you need to reset the machine, if it's acting up or whatever, it has the reset tool there. It has this little hook. Now this I have used for running wiring to pull through. I actually used this on the boat when I was running wiring on the boat a couple weeks ago. So comes with that, and just so you know how you use them, they literally just screw onto the end of the camera. Okay, so let me put that down and I'll show you real quick. So on the tip of the camera, if you unscrew the little cap, hopefully you can see it there. The camera still works. I don't know if you can see the screen, but the camera's still on. That's just a little cap. You could actually take this hook and it just screws on there for you. Whoops. So, but you get the picture. Just literally just twists on. And again, I used it when I was running wiring on the boat. So, and I'll give you a look at the image. I mean, the image when you have that hook on there, whoops, we have it upside down. The image when you have the hook on there, obviously you're going to see the hook. So you could still see somewhat around the hook if you needed to, but just gives you an idea of what you're looking at there. Now, the other accessory that comes in this little package is actually a magnetic tool. So you drop a bolt down somewhere, or you can't see it or whatever. I haven't had to use this yet, thankfully, but I'm sure with all the stuff we do on the truck, this will come in handy. So same thing, it just screws on the end, and you drop a bolt or whatever you need down in a tight space. You can use this to go down, and again, I'll show you the camera because you could still see. Obviously, you're going to see the tip of the magnetic part, but you could still see around that as well. So again, if you dropped a bolt down somewhere in a tight place, you can get down there with the camera to search for it and then stick it to the end of the magnetic tool. So haven't had to use that yet, but I'm sure that'll come in handy at some point with all the projects we do here on the channel. And then when you're done, you just pop all three of the accessories back in here, put them in the back so you don't lose them, close it up, and you're good to go. All right, guys, there you have it, the digital borescope from One Tigris. Give this thing a look. I don't know why I've never owned one of these with all the projects I do on the, on the boat, on the truck, and again, I've used it in the house. I used it for a project in there where I was doing recessed lighting in our dining room and kitchen area, and I wanted to be able to look up above the drywall to make sure I wasn't, drilling into anything or whatever, and it was perfect for that. So whether you're using it in the garage for anything or in the house or whatever, the options are kind of endless if you're doing your own projects, especially for running wiring. But even if you just need to kind of look in tight spaces, it's awesome for that. And again, the accessories it comes with, for the price, I don't think you can really beat this thing, especially at 20% off. So link will be down below. If you have any questions on it, let me know. I'll help you out the best I can. And yeah, give it a look. Questions, comments, or concerns, drop them below. We'll get them addressed for you. Thanks for watching as always, and we'll see you on the next one.